I get comments every single day asking, why am I on the cruise ship? I want to be in the city. Or vice versa. I'm in the city and I want to be on the cruise ship. How do I get to the cruise ship? There are two different versions of NBA 2K23. There is a next gen and there is a current gen version. Now, if you don't know what next or current gen is, basically when the new consoles came out, the Xbox Series X or S and the PlayStation 5, they were deemed as the next gen consoles. Then you have current gen, which was the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. So I don't make the rules. That's kind of just what 2K calls them. A lot of people think next gen should not be a thing. It should just be called current gen for the Xbox Series X and S versions, but they are not called that. I don't know why. I don't make the rules. So we're gonna kind of just talk real quickly about the differences between the next and current gen versions, and make sure that you know what you're buying when you buy the game. If the video helps you in any way, subscribe, leave a like. If the video don't help you, leave a dislike. I honestly don't care what you do. So we're gonna start by talking about next gen and current gen. So I have both versions on my console because I am on a next gen console. I'm on a Xbox Series X. So first thing I want to say is you can play both versions on a next gen console. If you have an Xbox Series X or S or a PlayStation 5, you could play the next gen, or you could have the current gen and also play it. Now, if you are on a current gen console, if you were on an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4, you can only play the current gen version. You cannot play the next gen version. The next gen version of the game has the city. The current gen version of the game has the cruise ship. Now, this is where all the people get confused, because they will have a next gen console, they'll have an Xbox Series X, or they'll have a PlayStation 5, but they will still buy the Xbox One version of the game because you can play it on a next gen console. So when you go and buy the game, make sure your little symbol right here says XS if you want to play in the city. If you don't say that, you're going to be buying the current gen version of the game. So even if you're on a next gen console, you will still be on the current gen version. You will still be in the cruise ship. The next thing I want to talk about is next gen has the eras. If you don't know what eras is, a simple YouTube search will show you. There's a lot of people in my comments asking, how do I get the eras? I'm on Xbox One or I'm on PlayStation 4. Simply put, you can't do it unless you redo all the rosters by yourself. That's kind of the ghetto way that you could do it. But next gen only has the eras. Another thing is, if you're on a PC, if you're a PC player, you cannot get the next gen version of the game. It's current gen version. So if you have a PC and you buy 2K23, you will not get next gen. I don't know why, because PCs are still more powerful, I guess, in a sense, than the Xbox Series X, than the next gen consoles. So a PC will have no problem running the next gen version of the game, especially if a Series S can do it, but that's not up for me to decide. Another difference is next gen has the new My Player Builder, I guess you could say, kind of revamped, and current gen has the My Player Builder from NBA 2K22 next gen version. It's kind of confusing, I know, but basically it's just kind of, it's stupid. Hopefully they get rid of it going forward, and we just have one version of the game so we don't have to do all this nonsense. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the next gen version real quick and I will show you what that looks like. Okay, so when you load up the next gen version of the game, this is kind of what it's going to look like. You go in your My Career, you can load or do whatever you want. The builders are different. You can look up any video on YouTube to see the next gen builder. Look up any video on YouTube and see the city and what that looks like. But this is the next gen kind of layout of the game, and we're gonna go ahead and move over to current gen. So when you get on the current gen version of the game, this is kind of what your menu is going to look like. Say you can start your My Career and basically do what you gotta do. I haven't really played much current gen because the game sucks either way to me, but one thing I will say is, if you're a My Team player, no matter what gen you're on, both of the auction houses are put together. So if you list a card in the auction house for sale, a player on next or current gen is able to buy it. But that's kind of just a quick video explaining the differences between the two. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I'll try my best to read it. I get so many comments per day that I just had to turn my notifications off, but I do usually go through and check them all every day. So hopefully it helped you. Hopefully you make your informed decision, buy the console you need. I will say next gen to me is better, but 2K23 as a whole sucks. 2K24 hopefully is better. We got all the tips for you guys here on the channel though, so subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one.